What's up, gamers? We're back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and we're doing a quick recap of all characters that are coming out in the future. And on the program today is my good buddy Zach, the expert gamer. What's up, Zach?
It's going pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Now, Zach and I are in the same alliance. We've been in haha for a long time, and we've been having a blast playing in Alliance Quest. We recently placed like 7th in the Alliance Quest, and we got the blued out Hawkeye. That was pretty sweet. Did you have Hawkeye already?
I actually didn't have Hawkeye, so
Oh,
I
wow,
have.
that is huge, right?
I know.
That is such a big deal. I had a Hawkeye, so it only gave me one signature ability, but anybody that didn't have Hawkeye, that's huge.
I may have been the only one in the Alliance that didn't have a 4-star Hawkeye, so.
Well, that's awesome. What's been coming out now is there's this new picture that was posted on the Kabam Marvel Contest to Champions app page, right?
I definitely saw that picture.
And there is so many characters in this picture. And let's just do a rundown of all the characters in the picture, because this is really exciting because most of these characters are not in the game. And there's a bunch of characters that are in the game files that are coming out. We're going to go over all of them. So up in the top left-hand corner, we've got Lady Thor, right?
It's actually, I learned this today. It's Jane Foster, according to the comics.
Really?
She took up the mantle of Thor because she was just more worthy.
Ah, I see. Now, the character next to her is a brand new character that nobody really knows anything about, and that is a new character they created as a villain specifically for Marvel Contest of Champions, is that right? And that's Guillotine.
I'm not 100% sure if she's a villain or if she's a good person, but judging by her powers, which is her magical sword used to decapitate people, it could go either way.
I know, I was reading about her. I was like, oh my god, decapitation? That's awesome,
It's
right?
like, does Marvel really need someone who decapitates people? Like, uh,
I don't know. I mean, the game is not like Mortal Kombat at all. Yeah,
yeah,
I found some other promo art for Guillotine right here, and that looks pretty cool. And you can see the sword has like a red skull on it, right? Maybe
yeah,
Red Skull talks to her. I don't know.
it's possible. You never know.
Okay, and then this one here, everybody, I mean, Venom is one of my favorite heroes of all time, or villains, or just characters in general. And there's a couple pictures of Venom on the internet, isn't that right?
Oh, there are so many pictures of Venom.
And the one that I'm looking at is the one here.
Yeah, so this is a scene from the comic itself that when they announced the comic, they released a few stills. It's really interesting because it's definitely showing Contest of Champions.
Okay, let's go on to the next one in this picture because we're going to just try to get through all of them. What is that, Mr. Fixit or the Gray Hulk?
So Joe Fixit is very interesting, mainly because he's a bouncer in Las Vegas, from what I know.
Okay, very cool, right?
Yeah,
He kind of looks like to me like a cross between like Colossus and Hulk to me with a suit. Oh my God, it's so weird.
he's usually described as like a version of the Hulk that kind of does all the things that Bruce Banner thinks are morally wrong. Interesting character.
We'll see. I mean, I don't really like superheroes in suits myself. I don't want to
Oh,
see him play a hero that's in a suit. It's just not my thing. Then, of course, we got Captain America and Iron Patriot, which they've also released, as well as Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man. But on the bottom left-hand corner is Spider Gwen, and I don't know anything about her at all.
Spider-Gwen got insanely popular when she was released. There was the Disney XD TV show called Spider-Man Web Warriors, and they were going around to alternate universes of Spider-Man
Hmm.
or exploring different Spider-Men through alternate universes. Gwen Stacy in Oscorp building, it wasn't Peter Parker that got bit by the spider, it was Gwen. And she just skyrocketed to the top. She got insanely popular. You can see why she's just so different with her suit and everything. They recently started something called Gwenpool, and it's Spider Gwen mixed with Deadpool. Um,
What?
yeah,
What?
it's like it's a female Deadpool in a pink and white suit.
Let's look at another picture here. This is actually the picture to the comic book, which has got Maestro, Venom, and I guess Gamora right there at the bottom.
Yeah,
And then there's a bunch of characters up there in the top in the crystals, and I'll zoom in on this on the picture. And let's go from left to right on what we got. Iron Man, of course, and then
So we got Lady Thor. Then you can't see the rest because you have Magic Sword on Maestro.
right,
But the other three characters you can see, you have Shadowland Daredevil
right,
from the 2010 Shadowland Daredevil series, Sam Wilson as Captain America slash Falcon.
okay.
And then you have another character called the White Fox, and she is from a Korean webcomic.
That is really obscure.
Very. She is a Korean specific character.
Now, the interesting thing about this picture, too, which will move us to another character, is that it shows Gamora a little bit different. But when Raccoon came out, there was some talk of Groot. Is that right?
There was some talk of Groot. A bunch of people asked, where is Groot? One of the main people with Kabam, Gabriel, he mentioned that Groot would be coming out sometime soon.
Well, the problem is with Rocket, they had to redo the third specials on him because he's small. They had to put a jetpack on him. So there's just problems with the fighting game making a character, 8 feet tall or something.
We got Ultron, and originally
Right,
he
he's
wasn't
tall. Yeah.
tall, but then they made him taller. We have all new fighting mechanics ever since Yellow Jacket was introduced with his arms that extend off his body. That definitely probably helped with the push forward for Groot and
Right.
other characters, mainly Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, well, he's not mentioned anywhere yet, but since we were talking about Shadowland Daredevil, there are some other characters that are affiliated with Daredevil that have been in the game files and that have not been released yet. And you were talking about some series that probably is coming out in the fall on Netflix. But inside the game files, since the game ever came out, there's been Luke Cage, Electra, which is they've actually shown her on promo art a couple times.
They have Agent Venom.
Agent Venom also, right?
They have Weapon X Wolverine and
Oh,
classic Cyclops.
well, those three were part of the Magneto trailer that was in the App Store, right? You could just see like one little picture of like the 90 version of Cyclops. I mean, you had to like freeze frame it to see it.
Yeah.
I got a list here of characters that have not been released. Red Skull, MODOK, and then I'm guessing that of the characters that we've talked about today, there's going to be a release of the comic book, so probably a lot of those characters will come out then. The ones that are in the picture here, the Spider-Gwen, Guillotine, and so on. And then the second batch of characters will probably come out with the Netflix series. Probably going to have 2 patches of characters, waves of characters coming out, kind of like the Ultron movie and the Ant-Man movie, probably in the fall.
So with Netflix, November 20th, when Jessica Jones comes out,
Okay.
and Luke Cage is featured in few episodes of Jessica Jones.
Okay.
So I think that could definitely be an opening to release a few more characters, starting with Luke Cage. I definitely don't think they're saving Electra till Daredevil Season 2, because that is very far away. And considering she's already in the game files, I don't think they would wait that long.
Yeah, she's been in the game files, I think, since beta. I mean, at least since December, maybe earlier, for maybe almost a year, she's been sitting there. And the only other one that we didn't talk about is Loki. Loki's in the game files, and he hasn't been released yet as well.
And that brings up so many more questions because that could lead up to Act 4. You have so many new villains being introduced.
I
For
always
all
assumed that Act 4 would be Maestro. I mean, that's the way it always looks, is Maestro has been in all the art. I thought he would be the supervillain for Act 4.
I always thought that too, but then I thought, well, would Kabam really end their game now? Because this game is going to go on for a long time. Because
A
their
really
goal
long
is to
time.
add
Really long
almost
time.
every character from the Marvel Universe. And there are a lot of characters in the Marvel Universe.
Because Maestro, he's got magic sword, Captain America's armor. I mean, he's just obviously, he's kind of like the bad guy. But you said that would be kind of like the end of the game. Maybe they're going to save him for like Act 5 or Act 6 instead of doing him in Act 4.
I think so.
Wow,
So
so we've got a ton of characters coming out. As far as I can see, just to go down the list really quick, Spider-Gwen, Luke Cage, Ultimate Scarlet Witch, which we didn't talk about, but basically the movie version of Scarlet Witch, and we'll just keep going. Venom, Agent Venom, maybe Groot, Female Thor, Shadowland Daredevil, Immortal Iron Fist, Weapon X Wolverine, Classic Cyclops, Electra, Loki, Grey Hulk, Guillotine, Red Skull, MODOK. So there are going to be a ton of stuff. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited, but I don't know where I'm going to find time to get all these people.
That game is very time consuming. I'm right now grinding away to try to get the 4-star Superior Iron Man. I'm running out of time. I barely have 1 million right now, and I need to be at probably about 1.3 million right now, 1.4 million. It's rough.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, anyways, everybody check out Zach's channel. It's the Expert Gamer. I put a link to his channel in the description. He also made a video similar to this, so check out his video as well because we're both making videos about the same thing. And thanks for coming on the show.
All right, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.